It's me, Tokkuri Yashi. We are back again to look at the latest character released into the game. This time it is the Summer Anemone, the warm-up act for the 7.5 anniversary, which officially starts on the 15th of August. So let's jump in then first and have a look at her banner. And as we can see here again, she is a limited character. No surprise there, and her banner is only here till the 15th, though. That is a little bit of a surprise. Only a 5-day banner, but we do have a gotcha schedule already laid out up until probably the end of September. As we can see here, Anemone's banner for 5 days. Then we get Nenon, Summer Nenon for 5 days as well. Bear that in mind with the free pulls. You could possibly save the first free pull for this Anemone banner just before it goes away, but that will give you less free pulls on Nenon, and her banner's only here for 5 days, so we probably only going to get 5 free pulls on her anyway. A few returning banners, some prize gotchas, and then Ayla and Shinatsu Prefest coming beginning of September, the middle of September, and then at the end of September, probably Sanasaria Hiyori. So, bear all that in mind with the amount of jewels you have got and to where you're going to be using those free tickets. So let's have a look then at this image here of Anemone. As we can see here, she is a booster character, she is a light character, she's also magic, and she sits position 553, which on light magic, where you are intended to use her, the only 3 characters that are in front of her are Kururu and the Angel Yori and Akari, which means, and if we have a look over here, if I can quickly just get her up on the screen, her stats are not tanking stats. So, like with most light magic things, you're probably going to have Kururu or Angel Yori in front of her to use her on this light magic team. Let's have a quick look at the loop pattern then here. As we can see, skill 2 is the first action that she does when she enters battle. That's quite important when we go through looking at her skills. And then her loop pattern, skill 1 is used the most. She does have 2 normal attacks in there. I mean, unlike, say, Summer Eris, who had no normal attacks in a loop pattern. Maybe I thought she would be a little bit too broken as a support with no normal attacks in there, but it's not a bad loop pattern, definitely compared to the dark days at the beginning of Princess Connect. Anyway then, let's jump into the skills of our Summer Anemone. What does this Summer Anemone do? So first of all then, we will look at her Union Burst here. We can see this Union Burst, if the target's physical, defense is lower than their magical, it will inflict magical damage that is treated as physical damage. This is 6 times magical attack. Damage typing, whichever defense is lowest. Sounds pretty high damage for a Union Burst, but I will say this Anemone is not a DPS. She's not there for damage, she is there for everything else that she does, which includes reducing the magical defense there, 144 for 18 seconds. She increases the magical attack power of all allies, 10,800, increases the magical crit rate by 100, and slightly increases magical crit damage by 3%. Again, mine is limit broken, so these numbers are slightly higher than if she is not. She will also grant continuous HP recovery to all allies, and mine is currently at 4,151 hit points for 18 seconds. Hopefully you keep that Union Burst up and then you have continuous HP recovery throughout the battle. Okay, let's have a look then at skill 1. Now this greatly reduces the physical attack and magical attack power of one enemy character in front of you. Currently with their limit broken, that is 7,200 for 12 seconds. Slightly lowers their magical defense, 72 for 12 seconds, and the first time this skill is used in battle, she will reduce the physical and magical damage that the one enemy character in front of her does by 5%. This lasts for 180 seconds, so the entire battle, unless they have some kind of mechanic that can remove debuffs 5% damage reduction, and this will be multiplied differently to attack reduction, which she also does as well. So there we go, helping keeping your team alive there on the skill 1. Now skill 2 slightly increases the physical and magical defense of all allies. So again, defensive support for the entire team. 180 here for 108 for 18 seconds. Greatly increases your action speed of all allies. Again, 200 times action speed buff. Any character like this, well, it was like magic was the last element to need a new updated modern speed buffer, and here we have it with the Summer Anemone. In addition, she will slightly restore hit points and TP of all light allies. So this is where she is slightly locked to the light element. 18,235 HP and 100 TP. And we'll say hit points recovery scales with magical attack. That's the only reason why you would give a high magical attack. EX equipment, the higher the magical attack, the more healing she will do. So it might be worthwhile giving her high magical attack equips to get more healing. Now, finally on this skill 2 here, the first time this skill is used, she will increase the amount of TP recovery up to 5 times, depending on the number of light allies. Now this works, it's 80 times the number of light allies. So with 5 light allies, that will be an extra 400 TP for the first activation of this skill. And as we saw, this is the first action she does when she enters battle. So straight into battle, a team of 5 light characters, 500 TP instantly. If you wanted to run her, maybe she will be run on a multiple element team. So you have 3 light and 2 of another element. She will still be getting 340 TP there with 3 light allies. Now in comparison, Liberator Nozomi gives 520 TP when she first enters battle. Summer Saren 551. So very similar to those 2 characters. What if you had Liberator Nozomi and this Summer Anemone on a light team? That's over 1000 TP instantly. So there we go, that is the skills then for our Summer Anemone. What do we think of this character? To do a quick breakdown then, first we're going to have a look at a BIS battle that we have this month, and from that we can see, if we didn't already realise, that this Summer Anemone is going to be a major component of all light magical teams here. As with 200 times speed buffer, she's going to be replacing, well, there was the New Year's Yui and the 6-star Yui, both with 200 times speed buffers for light magic, both pretty old characters. And as a comparison, second from bottom team here, we can see against Sea Drake, 343 million damage with the New Year's Yui in it right there. The only difference between that team and the top team is the New Year's Yui has been replaced with this new Summer Anemone, and we can see 800 million damage difference just between the two. Now if we can scroll down a little bit here and look at this boss here against this Obsidian Wyvern, we can see that Anemone may also, on the odd occasion, be replacing Prefest Labarista on light physical teams as the speed buffer there. The second team from the top there using Anemone on a physical team instead of Labarista. So let's finish this video off. We'll jump back into the game then, and we're going to just fight this Obsidian Wyvern with Anemone so we can see her in action. Now this is supposed to do huge damage. We're supposed to be able to 2-pan this team here. If we use this top team here, where are we? They're all set on the top 10. 533 million damage claimed for this team. Let's see what it can do when we send it in. So as we have seen there, so Anemone is a top priority character. As I said in Animal Farm, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, and I think this Summer Anemone is more equal than others. I mentioned here retiring the New Year's Yui. On a magical light team, she will be used without a doubt. Potentially even retiring the Prefest Labrystra on a physical team as well. But on a physical team, that means their magical attack buffs and their defense, magical defense down, will be less useful. Off of a light team, she will not be giving the TP and the HP recovery. Those are the only things that are locked to the light element only. Potentially she could be used on a multiple element team where just the light allies will be getting that TP recovery. I'm not too sure though that she will be used that much off element. I mean, we've got the aerial Croce, we've got the Summer Anemone, we've got the Theo, we have Theo, and we have Eris, who are the light speed buffers for the other elements. I don't know if she will really replace them if we wanted to run her off element, but she could certainly be used on a mixed element team. So here we go, coming up to the end of this Obsidian Wyvern, and look at the damage we have done there with Anemone on the team. I didn't mention it when we started this battle right at the beginning. That TP, everyone instantly union bursted. And there we go, a record damage there, 534 million damage. We can see Anemone there is not there for damage. She is there for all of that support that she gives. So there we go. That is our Summer Anemone. Let me know what you think of her. If you are going to summon for her, then good luck to you. You probably already have. Hopefully you did get her. I am Tokkuri Yashi then. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey.